Welcome, everybody out there in the internet, to episode 71 of Sis and Big Pops Culture. As
Woo!
always, I am Big Pops Todd Turner, also known as Mosaic Fan Art.
And I am Hannah Jo, aka Sis, and together we're an adult daughter and father duo. We dive into all things geek, nerd, and fandom. Every episode is family friendly. Yeah.
Family friendly.
Woo!
Yeah. Well, welcome, everyone. We're going to have a smaller episode than normal,
An abbreviated one.
abbreviated episode, but we thought, hey, why not give you all? Actually, it had nothing to do with you at all. Hannah and I just wanted to talk a little bit.
I wanted to chat with my dad. I was really excited to talk to him. And then I accidentally didn't watch the movie we were supposed to talk about because I was present in my body for the conversation, but my mind did not log it appropriately. But
Wrong
now this
log.
just means that you, our fellow listeners,
Yes, the
get
three people.
extra time to listen and then watch so you know what we're talking about.
Absolutely. So Hannah, give them a rundown. Tell them what we do here.
Well, today, again, because we're doing an abbreviated episode, we're going to chat nerd news, what we're binging, and Pop's pull list. We usually review a movie and a comic as well, or a TV show and a comic. Next, we're not doing that this time, though. Next time, though, we are reading Strange Adventures, which you can download for free on Amazon if you are a Prime user. And we are watching John Carter, which is on Disney+.
Yep. So there you go. So let's just get started with nerd news. Hannah, take it away.
Okay. Have you seen the Ken clips from Barbie?
Okay. So only thing I saw was Ken singing a song.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Hysterical.
Oh gosh, this movie is going to be so
This movie
bad.
is going to be awesome.
I know. I meant bad and awesome in the same way. Sort of like how something is cool and cool. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
That was so totally wicked.
yeah, that kind of thing.
I don't know how to explain what the Ken clip is other than a man singing his love. It is PG-13 Kristoff's love song in Frozen 2.
Oh, I don't even remember what Kristoff's love song was. But this isn't I Love Barbie, the song I saw. It was like, I'm second fiddle. I'm always just Ken.
Yeah.
There's never Ken. It's Barbie and Ken. He's like, it's like a sad song about, and then there's the one part where he puts his muscle up there next to her and he flexes his muscle.
Yeah.
But all the Kens are dancing together. It's going
to be awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, the double feature of that and Oppenheimer that come out.
Trevin and I literally are going to have a movie day where we watch both of
watch
them.
Both?
Yeah.
I won't do that.
We will.
I would love to, but I won't.
Well, Trevin and I enjoy movies in the same fervor.
I enjoy movies.
Yes.
But in a different fervor.
In a different fervor. Well, and have you seen the clip where Ken is in the hospital?
Oh, as a doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's hysterical. There's a clip where Ken is in the thing. So a theory that I've seen floating around the internet is that,
oh my gosh, theories.
They talk to each other the way that kids talk and how kids would play with them.
Oh,
right.
All right. So that's a theory, though.
That's a theory, is that's how they talk. And one of them, they're like, oh, you should be fine. And Ken's like, oh man, thanks. Do you know that surfing's not even my job? My job is beach. I'm like, you do a great job at beach. Yeah, you do a great job at beach. And you should heal very soon. In fact, in the way I've said that, you've healed. It's like, oh, great. I feel great. Thanks.
Oh, I got that. So it's like kids playing with the dolls.
Yeah. It's like how kids would talk if they were like pretending. Like, my job's just beach.
That's funny.
And you should heal really fast. In fact, in the time that it took me to say that, you already healed. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like kids talk like that.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
So I think that'd be really cool if it's true. It could get really annoying very fast.
Yeah, it could.
Or if they play it right. I don't know. It's a theory. We don't even know if it's true or not.
That's right. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see it. I hope so, but I don't
know about Barbie.
I know it. I know it. What else
I've
you got,
also seen
Hannah?
theories. I've also seen theories about Barbie that it's a reverse Wizard of Oz. That
What the
she's
heck's that
in
even mean?
Wonderland and goes to the real world. That she's
That's
in
Alice.
Oz.
That's
Yeah,
Alice in
no, sorry.
Wonderland.
That it's reverse Wizard of Oz. So she's in
Not reverse Wizard of Oz.
Oz.
Reverse. Oh, really? You mean a
Yeah.
reverse Alice in Wonderland?
No, I mean reverse Oz. That
Oh,
she
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it, so I'll stop.
It's okay.
The Dune 2 trailer, part 2, Dune
Yes.
part 2.
Yeah, we talked about that. Looks
Did we talk
wicked
about that last
awesome.
time, or did we just
No,
text
it
about
came
that?
out the day back. It came out after. Yeah, no, we did not talk about
Mm.
it. It came out the night after we recorded, the Wednesday after we recorded. Yeah,
Dude.
so I'm excited, and it's creepy. I mean,
We got more in this one for sure.
yeah, Fade. They're all like they don't have hair, like none of them.
Mm-mm. I wonder if
Is
that
that
was
just
just
a
a
thing they're doing?
stylistic choice
It's got to be to
to
set
like
the
show the different, like how they're
Harkonnens
different.
apart from the other family.
Mm-hmm.
Them little naked mole rats.
The guy,
Who?
his name starts with a G. Maybe Gore.
Guggen. What does he do? What does the guy do?
The bagpipe poem guy, fighter man,
The
singer guy.
bagpipe fighter man. Gurney.
Yeah, started with a G.
Gurney. Yeah, him. He's alive.
His hair's long.
Yep. It's because it's
Passage
been a
of
while.
time.
I think in book it's like 2 or 3 years.
Hmm.
I can't remember. So, Tim Boy's grown up.
Timmy boy.
Timmy
Timmy
boy.
Chalamet. Timmy
Yeah, I wonder how
boy.
they're going to do it. I love the
I don't know.
book. I read the book. You've not read the book, so you
I
don't even
haven't.
know what happens.
I won't.
Oh,
I do know what
book
happens.
is-
We've talked about it so many different times. I
Yeah.
will read the book, but I am going to read the book when I've seen the movies.
Have you not watched Dune 1984 yet?
No, we've already talked about this.
Maybe you should do that and read that. You don't want to do no.
I want this Dune to be my first foray into the world,
Of the Dune world.
the Dune world. I'm
Okay, and
Googling.
then
I'm
you could
Googling
read
the
a
cast
book.
of that though. Because there's this meme.
The cast of what?
Dune 1984. Who played our main guy? Yes. It
The guy
was
from Twin
him.
Peaks. Yeah. He was also in Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He played her dad.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, there's this video and it's him standing, and underneath it says the text, looks I ate, meaning that like he like looked great in them. And it's this weird outfit that he wore in Dune where it's like
Oh,
an
yeah.
X over his
The
shirt
still
and he's like
suit?
wearing short little shorts.
I don't remember him wearing anything like that. Oh, he may have worn that when they fought. He fights Fade Routha at
Oh,
the
here
end,
it is. Here it is.
who was actually Hannah showed me a picture. I've never wore that in Dune. The picture, of course, this is you guys are probably listening to it on a podcast.
man.
Hannah just showed me a photo
He looks awful.
of a picture of him of that in Dune, and he never wore that in the Dune movie.
Well,
Never saw it.
I thought that was really
So-
funny. Looks I ate.
Yeah, whatever. You're silly.
Hysterical.
So-
Leaning over. Your turn.
Speaking of Timothy Chalamet,
I saw this. You
go
go.
ahead, tell me.
No,
You
go.
Tell me.
The Wonka trailer.
Did you watch it?
I didn't, but I
Okay,
did
so-
see a photo of Hugh Grant as an orange tiny person. He was
So-
an Oompa Loompa.
After I read, they didn't drop the trailer till today. So I wrote all this up last night and I was like, I do not need another daggone Willy Wonka movie. But this trailer
Do you want to watch
looks
it?
good. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the issue is I just couldn't stand the Johnny Depp.
The Johnny
It
Depp
was
Willy Wonka was
creepy.
lame.
Why I don't know about lame. It was just
I stand by that
really
statement.
weird. I mean, I was like, he sort of looks like a creepy guy you wouldn't want around hanging with your kids for sure. Of course, you know, Willy Wonka, all those kids, they all end up messed up anyway in the Wonka land. But yes, Hugh Grant is the Oompa Loompa. And in the trailer, he has him like captured in like this glass
In a glass container.
thing. And he was like, who are you? So you're the guy who's been following me around all this time. And he goes, I am something from Oompa Loompa from Oompa Loompa land. And he goes, what? Who are you? And he goes, here, let me explain. And he takes out the flute and goes, like
like Gene Wilder does.
like Gene Wilder did with the flute. And then he
Yeah.
started dancing. When he goes, you don't have to do it. He goes, no, I can't stop once I start. But he starts singing. So I think it looks like it's going to be a lot of musical numbers.
Do.
And it doesn't look as creepy as the daggone Johnny Depp one.
Here's the
So
thing.
I'm
I
excited for it.
love an orange Oompa Loompa.
Well, they're all, I mean, aren't all Oompa Loompas
They're
orange?
not in the
What?
Johnny Depp one.
Yeah, huh?
I didn't think they were orangey enough.
That guy was Roy, Shadeep Roy, maybe?
He
I
was
can't
the guy
remember.
that played the
Yes.
helper to the queen in Narnia. This is
Oh,
how you
yeah.
dress the queen of Narnia.
Yeah, not the queen, the evil,
Yeah, the
the
evil
wicked
witch.
white witch. Yeah.
The White Witch,
Yeah.
the evil
Yeah.
queen of Narnia.
All right. Anyway, yep,
Ah,
I saw that. What else you got?
I just wrote Hugh Grant as the orange Oompa Loompa.
I'm
That's what
for
I
it.
have on mine.
I mean, I didn't know it was him until he started talking.
hysterical.
And then I could tell.
Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Jennifer Gardner is reprising her role as Elektra in Deadpool 3.
So did you ever watch,
I did.
which one? Did you watch Elektra, the Elektra movie?
No, I watched
The
Deadpool where they're
Daredevil.
playing on
You watched Daredevil.
seesaws.
Daredevil.
Yeah,
not
Daredevil where they're playing on seesaws.
Okay.
Jennifer
I
Garner.
think I might be the only person in the world that liked that movie.
You enjoyed that movie. That's
I
why
did enjoy the
you were like,
movie.
let's watch this movie, Hannah. I'm like, okay.
I mean, for the day and age when it came out, it was pretty good. But apparently people hate it. And poor Ben Affleck, is he in a superhero movie? He's automatically hated. But he's the only person to ever play Superman and Batman. So,
And Daredevil.
and Daredevil. Yeah. So so
When did
she
he play
did have
Superman?
he was in a very serious movie about George Reeves, the guy who played Superman in like the 50s TV show.
Oh, okay.
And he
I
plays
I
George
watched that
Reeves.
weird Wonder Woman movie.
No. What weird? Oh, the 1984? That was terrible.
Mm-mm.
No, what weird
The weird movie about the biopic about the guy who created Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, I never watched it.
I did.
That was weird.
Interesting.
There you go. Interesting. So they did have an Elektra movie, and it was
I didn't.
really
Was it Jennifer
bad.
Garner?
Yeah, it was bad.
They convinced
But-
her to do that.
Yes. So
She's so
Also-
beautiful. What a classy lady.
also it said that Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart will be showing up in this. And
They're going to be doing multiverse jumping or
this is what I'm
time
thinking.
traveling or
It's going
something.
to be terrible because of that. I think they're going to really do all kinds of wacky, crazy stuff with the multiverse. They're just going to pick fun at the multiverse. I mean, you've got Wolverine in his yellow outfit. Have you seen the picture?
I haven't. Is
No.
it Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman and they look like they're calling it mustard and ketchup because he's yellow, the old school original yellow and blue outfit, and they just dropped it like yesterday or day before.
Oh, I see it. I
Um,
see it.
Yeah.
Mustard and ketchup.
Yeah. Are they saying that on there?
No.
No, but that's what they look like, mustard and ketchup. So I'm
Iconic.
excited. I want to see the movie.
I'm going to go see it. Are you kidding me?
I want it to have a little bit of a plot. I don't want it to be just totally poking fun at the multiverse, which I'm afraid it's going to.
I think it'll have some sort of plot.
Here's the deal. If they bring in Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, I would die. That would be
Nicolas
so
Cage.
funny as
Man,
Ghost
what
Rider.
an icon.
Yeah. That means he would have been in the Flash movie and in the Deadpool movie. Oh, hey, this has nothing to do. I guess it does have a little bit to do with nerd news or whatever.
Mm.
But I saw where someone calculated that in the Forrest Gump movie, Forrest Gump buys 3% of Apple stock. And he even says, I bought stock in a fruit company and now I'm a gazillionaire and I mow that grass for free.
And I mowed that grass for free. And
It would
since
be
I
worth-
was a gazillionaire,
Yeah. He would actually be a 90 billionaire.
oh my
It'd
goodness.
be worth $90 billion if he had 3% of Apple stock today. Can you believe that? He'd mow all kinds of grass for free. I wouldn't mow the grass. Somebody would be I'd have somebody mow my mower's grass.
You would make money breathing.
Yeah. Right now, I don't.
Like you would
I don't
make,
know.
like
this
sitting
podcast
on
is
the
really
sitting on the
bringing down
toilet,
dough.
you would
That's
make
don't.
money.
We're kid
You'd
friendly.
make, I'm just saying, you'd make money doing everything. There was a book that I read where this woman got a lot of money from her uncle in a trust, like it was billions of dollars. And they calculated how much money that they make every 5 minutes. And it was like an absurd amount of money. And in the book, they were talking about how it's called Undecided by Deanne, by the girl who wrote the like negotiator books, the O'Malley books that I read, those Christian books that I read a lot when I was in middle school.
I could go in your room and look. They're probably on there. That's hilarious.
Probably are.
But listen, that makes sense because
D. Henderson.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a great book if anybody wants a book to read.
When I was in high school, maybe just coming out of high school, there was a movie called Brewster's Millions, and it starred John Candy and Richard Pryor. And what happened was Brewster would, I believe, I could be wrong on this, he was going to inherit $300 million, but he had to spend, it was like 30 million. And if he could, in a month, if he could spend $30 million in a month, he would inherit 300 million. And it may have been spend 30 million and inherit, or spend 3 million and inherit 30. I don't know, because back when I was a young whippersnapper, you know, a pop was a nickel and chocolate candy bar was a dime.
Man, my new joke is I'm going to tell my grandkids that I remember when Dollar Tree was $1, and they're going to say, Grandma's on one again.
I know. No kidding, not the bucket and quarter tree. But anyway, it starts out, they take all this money and it's in the bank, and they're like, we will give this, you will hold your money, and we're giving you this much money every day. And he's like, what? I've got to spend this money. We can't be doing that, you know, because he was making money just by his money sitting in the bank. And he goes, I should be paying you for protecting my money. And they're like, whoa, okay. So he then started paying the bank. So it was an interesting, cute movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Brewster's Millions. What happened?
Oh no.
What?
That was our that was our our AC unit popping off.
Uh-oh, is it not working?
Surging. It's done this once. It did this 4th of July. I'll FaceTime you and we can go look at it because Trev's at Ultimate. So we'll do that later.
All right. Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
I need to text him.
Okay.
Do you have another piece of news, Dad?
I had 2 more pieces. One is they are making a sequel to The Passion of the Christ.
Really?
Called The Resurrection. The Resurrection.
The sequel?
And it's the same guy, Jim Caviezel and Mel Gibson. And they are saying that it's going to be the biggest film in history. So who knows? That was one of them. And then my next piece of news is Studio Ghibli. How do you pronounce that? Is that how you pronounce it for serious?
I don't know. That's how I pronounce it. Studio Ghibli.
So Miyazaki, the guy who does all the movies, has an upcoming anime film, and it is the first one that's been done by an IMAX, and it's called How Do You Live? Here's the deal: no ads, no trailers, no images, no story details, no voice acting been revealed. They're just going to drop this movie with no promos.
It's called How Do I Live?
How Do You Live?
How do you live?
So they're calling it Miyazaki's gift to his grandson. It's sort of like I'm going out in style, and one last gift being this movie. I don't know. It seems Miyazaki talked about how he's worried about no promos going out for the movie, but the studio's like, this is going to be the biggest, just no hype.
No hype is hype.
Biggest hype. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's a media stunt.
So,
doing nothing. LOL. That doing nothing. is a media stunt.
Well, we're talking about it.
It is. And
I've
yeah,
only watched one of those movies. It was
I
creepy.
really
It was
want to
weird.
watch Howl and the Flying Castle. Is that Studio Ghibli?
I think it is. I watched one about a girl who ended up going to like this. It was like a King's Island type place, but then there were creatures at night, and then her parents got turned into pigs.
Spooky.
It was weird.
No thanks.
It's not my jam. Yep.
A lot of
But
people
that's-
love the air service,
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is.
which is there's like a young witch who does mail.
Oh, there you go. It can't be as cool as that the Santa Claus one that we watched about the guy in the mailman at the. Remember that? We watched that cartoon. It was a Santa Claus. It was a Christmas one, and
He's Klaus.
yes, that was so good.
I love that movie. Trevin and I watch that
Surprisingly
every
good.
Christmas.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
Apparently, RDJ was seen on the set of Captain America: New World Order. Who knows what that means? That could be him just being there as a, or
As a producer or something.
right. But considering the fact that we've got Secret Invasion and a lot of these people are going to turn out being
Dude,
Skrulls, who knows?
I can't hang.
I watched
can't
one
hang.
episode. Hey,
It's
well,
too
listen,
much for me to watch.
let's talk about that. Hannah,
What we're watching?
what are you watching or reading? Yeah.
Well, I finished my audiobook that I've been listening to.
Okay.
I told you about the Starless Sea that I've been listening to. Oh
did.
my goodness, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I loved every second of it. It was beautiful. I don't have
All right.
it's by this Erin Morgenstern, The Starless
Yeah,
Sea.
you
She's
would.
written 2 books. She's written The Night Circus and she's written
Mhm.
Starless Sea. And The Starless Sea is like 5 different books that are separate but are all interconnected while also following the story of our main character Zachary Ezra Rollins.
Sort of like
who-
Fish Story.
Kind of like Fish Story, except they're not all about him.
Fish Story. Sorry, I had to bring it in.
I mean,
No, I get it. Yeah, they all come. They're all about. I get it.
yes and no, because all of it is about this one person.
Okay.
Like it all centers around him, and it was beautiful. The lyricism of it was just it was gorgeous.
Were you
So
able to
now-
read it, listen to it for free?
Yeah, I listened to it for free on Libby.
Oh, on Libby. There you go, guys.
Mhm.
Libby.
I'm listening to another audiobook right now. I don't know if I like it as well. It's called The Overstory by Richard Powers.
Oh, what's it about?
Trees.
What? Like, what about trees? That could
It's about
mean anything.
trees.
Like
The
ants?
first no, like just trees. The first story was about
You do not. I'm like,
a family who planted a chestnut. Right
So-
now, it's a lot about like immigrant families in America, American dream and trees.
like, why this tree is important, or what's the story behind this tree?
No,
Is that what
just
you're talking
just like a family in a
You-
family.
You are not getting. Me
I'm
excited
give me a
about
second. So it's a book that's a bunch of different books. So I've only finished one book so far, and it was Nicholas Howell and Nicholas Hull. And the whole family, the father loved chestnut trees, and then they moved to Iowa and got a giant plot of land for free because they moved to Iowa, and he planted 8 chestnut trees, and all of them died but one.
And now there's corn
and-
all the way around it.
And there's corn, all of it. And they talked about it being like a sentinel tree, and it's like the whole family legacy.
I was
and-
kidding. Really? There's corn all the way around it?
Yeah. Like there's
believe it.
nothing in there except this one giant chestnut tree. And then for generations, the like patriarch took a photo of the tree on the 21st of every month. And so they
Oh.
have thousands of images of 4 generations of this tree. And the book ended. It was actually really sad. The book ended. Nicholas Hull. This is sad, Dad. Are you ready?
I'm ready. They cut the tree down because he died.
It's sad. No. Nicholas Hull decides he wants to be an artist. And so while he's visiting the family farm, on Christmas Eve, he goes to a museum And then he can't make it home Christmas Eve. And then he gets home on Christmas Day and all his family has perished because they had a heater on.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It was a bummer. And
Carbon
that's how that
monoxide
book end.
poisoning. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
That's how that book end. He discovers his family has perished, walks outside, lays in the snow, and stares up at the tree.
Okay, yeah. All right, on to a more fun thing.
That was book 1. So I'm like, I
That's-
don't know. It's about trees. It's about
I
trees.
got you. It's the significant of a singular tree.
Yeah.
I got it.
And this
Okay.
next book is about a mulberry tree
Oh,
in San
well,
Francisco.
all right.
I don't
There
know.
you go.
I'm watching Adventure Time.
Oh, you
Trevor and I
are.
are watching Adventure Time. We're on season 2. We're on season 2 of Adventure Time, and we have gotten to Marceline.
That's on Just Disappear.
What,
You
Daddy?
froze for a second.
So did you. So I just
Oh,
kept
we
talking.
both did. There you go. And I did
Um,
too. So who knows what it's going to sound like. So you watching it on HBO Max?
Yes.
Oh,
It's also
called
on
Max.
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
It's also on Hulu. And we are on season 2. Marceline has sung the Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them. And every time Marceline comes on screen, what I tell Trevin is, I was Marceline my senior year. Dad made me an axe base.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then
Wicked
every
awesome.
time I see Lumpy Space Princess, I'm like, we made a joke at Chick-fil-A one time on our way to
my
vacation
God.
that we
Oh my
were going
God.
to. We were going to make a Adventure Time musical, and Dad was going to play LSP.
That would have been great.
Do you remember that joke?
Adventure Time. That's not a joke. That's still serious. That still may happen.
I'll still be LSP.
That's right.
And Trevin has won Zelda. He won the game.
We finished the game.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is it winning the game? Is that what it's called?
Well, he beat the final boss.
Okay. But now there's like 17 million side quests.
But there's 17 million side quests to do. He was doing this thing, and I was like, Trevin, I think you're on your way to Ganondorf. Trevin, you're on your way to Ganondorf. And he's like, I know, Hannah. I think I can do this.
Okay.
I'm like,
Are you
okay.
backseat driving again?
I'm like, Trevin.
That's fun. Did he have it on the big TV or was he doing it in his?
On the big TV.
All right. Good deal.
But he did. He beat Ganondorf.
Oh,
We got to watch the
wow.
end credits and all of that.
Were they cool?
Mhm.
Nice. That's great. Anything
fun.
special at the end?
Ba-ba-da-bum-bum-ba-bum-bum-bum. Do you
Not
want
that you
to?
can
Do you want me to
think of.
spoil it?
Probably not, because there might be people listening to this who
Okay.
actually play it.
I won't.
All right, don't spoil it.
But it ends
So,
good.
all right, good deal.
What about you?
I
What are you watching?
actually, so I binged through Reacher again
Oh,
on
classic.
Prime, and it is definitely in for mature. There's stuff on there that kids don't need to see or be in, and it's some adults probably some bad stuff in there, but it's so good. But I've already watched it before, and it's about for those of you who don't know, Reacher is a story about he used to be in the military and he's just a drifter now, and he goes to this town because his brother was investigating something, and it finds out that this town is corrupt, and it's him and the small town police officers and the corrupt
It's phenomenal.
townspeople and everything. It's really good. But I also am watching 2 shows. What?
That
You gotta say
guy
something?
is in
Okay.
that guy, the Jack Reacher guy is in
Yes.
Fast X.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this before. He's got a
Did
new movie
we?
coming out too. Yeah, not Fast
He's in
X. I didn't know he was
He's
in
in
there.
Fast X.
I'm watching My Adventures with Superman. It is
Okay.
animated. It's actually on Hulu and HBO, well, on Max. I think they've got 2 episodes out right now. It is like a young kids. It's sort of interesting. It's like sort of anime genre, but it's not like overpowering like anime. So it's not really anime. It's hard to
Mm.
explain the animation style, but it follows Superman has just moved to Metropolis, and his best friend, he and Jimmy are roommates, Jimmy Olsen, and there are going to be new interns at the Daily Planet, and Lois Lane is the senior intern, and Superman, Clark Kent, doesn't quite have control over all of his powers yet. And it's really, really good. It is, it's appropriate for all ages.
Awesome.
There's a little bit of mild peril, but it's not bad.
I
I
mean,
mean, in the first episode, he fights giant robots and he literally doesn't even have his cape. So
gotcha. So he's like a kid, not a kid, but like a
no,
young adult.
he's young adult. He's an intern at the Daily Planet.
Is
Yeah.
the amount of peril equal that awful dinosaur TV show where the camp counselors suck?
Nowhere near that bad.
Okay, well,
No.
then anybody can watch it.
No.
What was
like
that?
I said,
Camp
it's a completely-
Castracious?
Crustacean. Crustacean? No,
No.
not crustacean. I don't know.
It's a period. Cretaceous? Camp Cretaceous.
Camp Cretaceous. Camp Terribleness. I didn't much care for it. Anyway,
we were mean to that show.
yeah, it's sort of lighthearted. It's so
I love
it's
that.
Like really
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm watching that. I'm also started watching, and I'm only an episode in. I'm watching One Piece on
Really?
there are 15 seasons now just dropped on Netflix of the anime One Piece. So I
Fun.
watched the first episode. I am working on a Mosaic Spider-Man right now. So I've
I
got
saw
stuff
that
playing
you-
in the background.
I didn't know
This-
if you were watching old things.
No, not right now. Those I'm not. I have this on dubbed and subbed,
Okay, yeah.
which is completely wonky because the subtitles are based on what they're saying in
And
Japanese.
so it doesn't line up with the English.
Nowhere near what they say in English. That's
Why?
not true. Partially, but I mean, there's a difference in
Yeah.
what the American dubbed is from what.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, so now I'm like just watching it as like some type of, I don't know, like a sociological type of experiment on seeing what is important to the Japanese culture versus what is important to the American culture.
Or what do they think will sell?
Or what do they think? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the American dubbed has a lot more language than what is subtitled. And I don't know if that is because the subtitlers don't adequately subtitle.
Well,
like-
I've watched people who watch. I've seen videos of like French people watching a French movie that are bilingual in French and in English, and then like pausing it and saying that is a poor subtitle for what that means in French to English.
See, and that's
And-
what I'm thinking, because we have a word and it may mean 1,000 things, and however it's related to in subtitles could be completely different.
Yeah.
So
know,
maybe the
interesting.
English dubbed is more than, but I don't know. They're definitely different, and it's a strain to watch and listen to.
There was this idea that I read about in a book, and it was if a book is written in a foreign language and then one person, like if a book is written in German and then a
Uh-huh.
person who speaks French but lives in Germany and so knows German transcribes it into French, and then an English person who speaks French transcribes it into English, is the person who's reading the book in Germany in the official German language reading the same book as the person who is reading the English book.
Sort of like Fish Story.
Yeah. Like
See
are
what
we
I
reading
it all back,
you
yeah.
and Fish Story, Dad? Are they
great
reading the
movie.
same book? I would
Yeah, they
argue
are not.
probably not.
Not at all. That's
Not
like
at all.
that's like Telephone,
Yeah.
the game. 100%. It's getting
But
all
I don't
jankified.
know. I think that's interesting.
One
Interesting.
other thing I'm doing is I am reading this comic book series on my Hoopla called Ice Cream Man,
Hoopla.
which many people may know what that is who read comic books. It is a horror anthology with a thread that goes throughout every issue, being the Ice Cream Man, and then I guess his cousin who's the good guy, and it is creepy.
Is it Spooky Pants?
It is, yeah, it is a really good. If you like horror, it's fantastic.
I might tell
The
Kevin about it.
interesting-
He might
The
like to
interesting
look it
thing
up.
is that the guy who created this has created a new comic book series that came out last week called Swan Songs, and it's him doing it is every issue is about the end of something.
Hmm.
So like the last issue the first issue that came out that I read is by Image. It was about a lady who was dying of cancer, so she was dying. That was her
Mm.
swan song, but her son had to go get a magazine for her, and it's like the apocalypse. So it's like the end of the world is happening too. So it makes it sound like it's going to be like different endings of different things, and it's going to be the same writer but different artists.
Cool.
So he's created a new horror anthology. But anyway, Ice Cream Man, I read the first 10 issues and it's pretty creepy. And I really want to read more, but they don't have them in a big compendium. So I'll have to burn up my Hoopla rentals.
Ah,
Yeah,
lame.
that's lame. But anyway,
Maybe
that's all I'm
wait
doing.
till the end of the month. Well,
Yeah,
what's your pull list like, Dad? And then we'll
we'll be
land this
done.
train. Or that's not how that works.
Yeah, it depends. If it's a flying train, you would land it. All right.
Yeah.
Tell
Don't
everybody what a pull
trains
list is,
fly?
Hannah.
A pull list is a list of comics that you give to your local comic book shop proprietor, and they pull those comics from their inventory and have them back saved for you. That way you can for sure get the comics that you were collecting.
Yeah.
And so Pops is going to share with us 5 different books. He's going to share with us a book from DC and from Marvel, a book from an independent comic collection place thing, and he's going to share with us a new #1. So if you want to get collecting, that's a good place to start, as well as his book of the week.
Book of the week. Well, let's just get started.
Yes.
We'll do my independent first. It's by Image. This book is called No One, and this is issue 4. I really do enjoy this book. It is so it's an independent, and usually independent comics are what they say, independent of other books.
Mm.
However, the No One is part of a group of about 4 or 5 different comics that are in the same universe. They call it the Massive Verse. But anyway, No One is
Supermassive?
they sent a book. I think that was one of my books of my book of the week.
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah. So No One is we think he is a killer, a murderer who so what happened is a police officer's son is in jail for murder because he was called No One. And this person was like a digital terrorist who would find information about somebody and post it online, like somebody who was supposed to be really good but they were doing terrible things. He would post it and then he would kill that person. But one person was killed, and they say it's this police officer's son. I'm not for sure it is. But he's in jail, but now there's a new No One that's got a hit list of people that he's killing. And it's actually this No One there's like 2 different No Ones out in the public. And then there's the one guy who's in jail. One guy is bad, and the other guy who they think is bad, I think is really good. So it's a very detective-y. It deals with like news media reporting different things and politicians, and so it's really good. It's a very heady, but it's well done and it's getting really good. So my Marvel book is Spider-Man issue 10, not to be confused with Amazing Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man issue 10.
Yes, sir.
And in this Spider-Man book, they have introduced a new character called Spider-Boy that is Spider-Man's sidekick. And he's been Spider-Man's sidekick forever. For some reason, nobody remembers him.
I don't remember him.
No, nobody does. Spider-Man doesn't remember him. So this kid's trying to figure out why nobody remembers who he is. And
Tom Holland.
I know it's very similar to like that. But in this book, what had happened was that Spider-Man's Spidey sense had gone off. He'd gotten souped up and he could sense danger everywhere, which was becoming like an impediment. And he fights with Electro, and Spider-Boy comes to the rescue. And it's just been really good. I've been impressed with the book. I like the Spider-Boy in it. And we're getting to find out more and more about this character.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. We're struggling today, aren't we?
Well, I noticed that the thing I was like, nobody has commented. I wonder if anybody is watching. And then I noticed that it was wrong. and that it didn't, when my electricity went,
Uh-huh.
the Facebook video stopped. Except it didn't stop
Oh,
because it was going still. I just had to refresh the page.
gotcha. All right. So those of you who are listening to this, we do stream live on Facebook
Yes, if you want to check
when
it
we're
out, you should go
recording.
to Pops's Instagram,
No, my Facebook.
Facebook. They're
Pop
all
Turner,
part
KY
of
Medicine Man.
um,
Meta, the metaverse.
Meta.
Check my threads.
Do you have Threads?
No, I should have, but I don't.
I'm not downloading it because it's just another platform for me to have to keep up with people and to
I don't need that.
possibly become anxious about. And I don't need that energy in my life.
Hey, I'm going to do my new number one before I do my DC book.
Okay. Are they connected?
They are connected.
Okay.
So,
Pop
and I
off,
wanted
Dad.
everybody to know that. Yeah. So my new number one is by DC.
Is by
It's
DC.
It's called Night Terrors.
K or
First
N?
Blood. K.
Knight
Like
Terrors?
Night Terrors. First Blood, number one. So here's the deal. This is the DC summer event. Comic books do this. They'll have an event in the summer where they throw a bunch of garbage at you, blah, blah, blah.
Silly.
So DC's is called Night Terrors. So for the next 2 months, all their books are they're not going to print like the next issue of Nightwing or the next issue of The Flash. They're going to print Night Terrors, The Flash, Night
Sick.
Terrors, Nightwing. So what has happened is there is this creature who has thrown the entire world into a dream state of nightmares.
Uh-oh.
And he is trying to find the Nightmare Stone, which apparently.
Okay, is all of this spelled Nightmare Stone
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Nightmare
but
Stone?
this has to do, I think it's going to have a little bit to do with the Sandman universe somehow, because they talk about dream and death
Cool.
in this, but they've not brought them in. Right now, there's a character called Dead Man, who is fantastic. I love
Cool.
him. He's one of those B-level, C-level superheroes that no one ever knows about.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
you
a-
love those, like blue,
Yeah.
Big Bertha.
Big Barda.
Oh, sorry.
Big Barda.
You love some of them.
I do. So Dead Man was a acrobat who was killed, and then he now is like a ghost that is after killers basically. So but he's stuck in his outfit, which is a big
Oh,
red outfit with a D
Plastic.
on it,
Yes.
and he's all white. So he has the ability to jump into other people's bodies and take over. And
I don't
so
like that.
he can take over. So the Night Terror's First Blood has the Trinity, as they're called, which is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
I knew that.
And
That was so loud. I knew that.
So they're going into these dreams. They're fighting this. It's the beginning. It's the setup for Night Terrors, basically. What all
Right on.
happens. And what happens is Boston Brand, that's Dead Man, takes over Batman's body.
Oh no.
And Batman's like, get out of my head, Boston, but he takes over. So because he has to tell them what's going on, because he knows what's going on and nobody
And
else
they
does.
don't. Yeah.
Right. So
I bet Batman loves that.
he can't stand it, which turns
It's
into
even funnier.
my DC book of the week.
Yes. DC Night Terrors, what?
Batman number one. So we are now, so this is what I read 3 of these books. I read one, it was Batman. I read Poison Ivy's, and I read the Joker's.
You
The
like
Joker's-
Poison Ivy.
The Joker's nightmare is hilarious. He just works at a job, basically. And
He just has a regular life.
it's terrible. And he's trying not to. But so anyway, the Batman one, I feel like all the other books are just like the writer is just having hey, what would their worst day be? Or what would their nightmare be? And this is what we're going to write about. I don't think it has anything to do with the main plot line. Batman, I believe, does. It feels like Batman book has, and he is stuck in a nightmare, and he is young Bruce Wayne at the age of when his parents were killed.
Oh,
But he
man.
knows it's a dream. He knows it's a
Man.
nightmare. He can't get out of the dream. You know why? Because Dead Man has control of his body.
Dead Man. Whoa.
And it's him basically knowing that this isn't real and trying to fight this
Man.
creature who calls himself, you want to guess what the villain's name is? That has to do with nightmares because everybody's asleep.
The Nightmare.
Insomnia.
Oh
His name is.
man.
His name's Insomnia. So,
Man.
um, so it's really good. I really like seeing what Batman's nightmares would be and him fighting them.
That's cool.
And there's a backup story with Damien, who is Robin. Damien's his
Mhm.
son, and you can tell that it's going to be important. And Damien's just mad all the time, so he's like, "I know this is baloney. This isn't real," type stuff, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna save my dad, and we're gonna save the world, basically. So
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I
there you
wonder
go.
if it's the big three books, like if Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman
gonna-
are the ones that hold the plot line.
Those are the three I'm going to collect. And
Cool.
and I'm going to get the ones that I normally collect. Like I collect Poison Ivy and the Joker. So I
Mhm.
got those. I didn't buy. There was two others that came out last week. I didn't get them because I just don't collect them.
Fair.
So my book of the week
Book of the week. It's the book of the week.
is Captain America number 750.
Man.
Yeah, the 750th issue. Now this was a big boy. It was $8. But
Issue
it's a
750.
750. Mhm.
Yo.
It told about 4 stories in it. It had a story with Sam Wilson and him
Mhm.
talking about taking over being Captain America, and he's talking to his parents' graves about all this. And then it had a
Mm.
story just about the shield and these kids protecting the shield and doing the shield. And then there was a story with Captain America. There were 4 stories altogether, and different writers and creative teams that
That's
have
so
done
fun.
this throughout the year, and it was really good. It was some old school, some new stuff, some setup, because they're going to be relaunching Captain America with issue 1
See,
coming up.
yeah,
So
I can understand the legacy of 750 issues.
Mhm.
Like, man, that's a legacy. And
Well,
that just is daunting to me.
that's funny because that's what they call it. Like, actually, Captain America is on issue 13 or 14, but it'll say issue 14, and underneath it'll say LGY
Legacy.
749.
That's really
Yeah, or
sweet.
750. So they keep the numbering. They used to
I
not. And
I think that change makes it more user friendly, because like, as
it
if
does.
I was a person who wanted to start reading comic books, which is part of the reason why I love that we do new number 1 for people to like start collecting. Cause man, I wouldn't know where to start.
Exactly. And that's why they do it now. They always come out with a new number 1. I mean, they just relaunched Spider-Man. They relaunched,
Mhm.
let's just go down the line of just Marvel. They
Okay.
relaunched Spider-Man last year. They relaunched they just relaunched Fantastic Four this year. Now, coming up, they're going to relaunch Thor, Daredevil, Captain America. So,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, and they just relaunched Iron Man last year. They do
Okay.
they just continually do that. Whenever there's like a new big story arc or a new
Or movie.
creative team, they'll do that. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's it, guys.
Right on.
That is our little mini pod.
Except it was still long.
Still long. Yeah, it's crazy. Next week we're going to talk John Carter, the movie that's on
Disney
Disney
Plus.
Plus, and a comic book that's available on the Kindle. I put the link in the show notes. If you have Amazon Prime, you can read it for free. It's called Strange Adventures. And there's a reason I chose it. It's a little bit bizarre, but it's that character was created with that character, Adam Strange, was created because of John Carter.
Sick. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So anyway, Hannah, end roll.
Yes, our art is made. Oh, pause, rewind. Friends, thanks for hanging with us. We're glad for you to hang out with us on our little corner of the internet. Our intro music was made by Brockwell Nason. Hey, he's released a single called Tradition, and it is chef's kiss. I love listening to it in the car. My husband and I love to sing it. It is a blast. Check it out, and follow him on Instagram at Brockwell Nason Music, or wherever social media place that there is. He does a lot of shows in the summertime, especially. So if you're in Nashville area, you should check him out. Our art was made by Nate in Microsoft Paint. Hey, he crushed that. It looks beautiful. I edit and upload our podcast, and Dad takes care of our video.
Woohoo! And I'm going to start tweeting more.
Sick.
I don't know. Maybe
Threads.
Not. There you go.
LOL.
On Threads. Well, Sis and Big Pop's Threads. There you go. We'll start doing that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure and give us 5 stars reviews, like we really care. And yeah, until then, we will catch
Catch
you
you
on
on
the
the
flippity
flippity
flop.
flop.
Never do it together.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you, Facebook friends. It's good to see you.
Bye,
And
guys.
YouTube friends and stuff. Bye.